So first of all, before I start the walkthrough, I just want to address something that I've been hearing some chatter about, this not being a real Lamborghini. Well, let me assure you, it definitely is. And as I walk you through it, you're going to see all the DNA that points to that. If you recall, back in 1985, Lamborghini had a model called the LM002. That was their first truck. They made 300. And now we fast forward 33 years and we have the Urus. It's absolutely stunning. I'm going to start by popping the hood. So you guys know I love naturally aspirated. I'm always talking about it. We all know this one has gone turbo, but it makes sense. And it's not just an SUV. This is a super SUV. You'll see here, it has a bi-turbo V8, and your top speed is 305 kilometers. It also has a towing capacity of 5,000 pounds. So for the world of trucks, we're very familiar here in Canada. This is unheard of. There's nothing like it. It's incredible. And I think it's really going to change the demographic of buyers for Lamborghini. I know as a sales specialist, I've been doing it 6 years, and I primarily sell to men. But this is going to change the game. This is going to be one Lamborghini that your wives and girlfriends are going to want. They're going to want to drive it. Your kids can go in it, your dogs, whatever you need to do, you can do it. And there's only so many places that we can safely drive our cars and push the limits. So this is a car, a truck that you're going to enjoy every day. It's pretty amazing. And you'll notice on the hood, you have the adaptive cruise control, which we'll get into more when I take you inside. And like I was talking about the Lamborghini DNA, you see the badge here. I love this. You'll see the Y here, ellipses that you see in like so many of the Lamborghinis, the Aventador, the Huracan, all of it traveling through here. You'll see this from the Huracan. There's so many things that point to Lamborghini DNA. It's very exciting. And let's take a look at these rims, or wheels, as many of you like to call them. These are the 23-inch. Now, currently you can't spec it with 23-inch. I just spec'd my first 2 orders. Right now you can do a 21 or a 22, but the 23 is coming. So if you're getting one of the later models, you'll probably be able to order 23-inch. I love the diamond turn here. It's really nice. And look at the size of these calipers. They're huge. Amazing. I love it. This is going to be the perfect Lamborghini for us here in Canada because we drive them year round. And on that note, if you do order the 22s, there's a winter tire package available. So I know my clients are going to be all over that. You'll notice this is in the Bianco Icarus, which is the metallic white. Now, if you were to park this next to the pure white Bianco Monacaris, you'll see quite a bit of difference. This almost has a gray or silver tint to it, but when it's alone, freestanding, it looks very white. I really love the contrast of the style. You're going to see gloss black throughout. Again, some more Lamborghini DNA here. Looks awesome. And frameless windows. They're beautiful. All right, let's get inside. So before I step in, we'll just take a look at the door here. There's an option for a big carbon package. It's gorgeous. This car actually has it. I know I would be ordering that option, but there are other options if you don't like carbon. You can do piano black. There are a lot of wood grains that I can show you later in the sample box. You'll see the B&O here. This is a premium option. So if you don't want the standard sound system, you can upgrade to this. And a lot of conveniences here, child locks, all your windows. This is pretty self-explanatory. Beautiful red stitching throughout. And you'll see not only leather, but Alcantara. It's very nice. Again, if you look down by the foot pedals, more Lamborghini DNA. And there's your hood release here. So I literally had a client who was 6'6" today sit in this. He had tons of room. He's like, wow, this is so much more spacious than my Porsche. He left the seat where he sat it, and then he moved in the back and still was able to fit. So it's pretty incredible how large the cabin space is and how comfortably someone very tall can be in this vehicle. I'm obviously a shorty, so I'm gonna move this seat up. The wheel feels great. I love the perforated leather inserts. And you've got all your functionality here, so you really don't have to leave the wheel. The paddles have a very cool shape, very uniquely Urus, which is nice. I haven't seen these kind of paddles on the other Lamborghinis, so that's something unique. And back to the turnstocks here, which is cool. For an SUV, I think you want that. The Huracan, we have it all on the wheel, but this is nice. Lighting's here. The dash is pretty cool. Let's move the modes down to Corsa. Yeah, so our dash changes and it shows you torque on the side. Right now it's showing me the doors open. Pretty cool. So we have several modes here. So you're familiar with the top 3 modes: Strada, I'll move it there so you can highlight it, Sport, and Corsa. But now we have some new modes. We have Sand, we have Terra, which is mud and gravel, and we have Neve, which is snow. We'll definitely use that mode here. But not all of these modes come standard with the car, so you have to do the off-road if you want the additional modes, okay? So keep that in mind when you're speccing your Urus. You'll see these touch screens are really amazing. You know, you can play with this and lower your heat and air. This is your fan speed, so it's pretty cool that you can just reach over and touch that. Heated seats. This is all very self-explanatory. One thing I love that I was just playing with here before you started filming was the interior lighting. So if you click this, one way that you guys can see it easily, because you can't really see it through the whole car right now, it's lit up too much, but here at the cup holder you can change the colors. So if I put it to green, you'll see it changes. Arancio, you can basically do whatever you like, customizing your interior lighting. And it's interesting, these touchscreens, I had to get used to it. When you touch it very lightly, it doesn't respond. You actually kind of have to push, and it gives you feedback, like haptic feedback to your fingerprint, which is pretty interesting. It makes it fun to push the buttons. So we'll go back here. Exterior lighting is here. You can go to home. There's a lot of apps. You can play with telephone, Navi. It's just very cool. This gives you back to lighting. There's music here. Right now we don't have a device connected, but basically all I'm saying is the touchscreen is really amazing to use. Up here, you know, you have easily accessible buttons, your lighting. You have this amazing panoramic roof here, which is beautiful. And I'm glad that they've updated the rearview mirror. I know it sounds silly, but you have a compass now. And my client Anna, I just delivered 2 cars to her, and she was like over the moon about the compass, because she's actually one of my few clients that drives her car country to country for winter. So she was pretty stoked about that. It's little, but those little things matter. You'll see the carbon is gorgeous on this dash. And here, the Lamborghini brand, very beautiful. You got a nice big glove there if you want to put things in it. Lots of storage, you know, so you put your phone here, cup holders. Now we get 2. I know my clients are always complaining that they only have 1 in their cars. And you'll notice with these seats, you have this perforated leather, and that's because the seats are not only heated, but they're also ventilated, and you can have massage. So don't worry, you can be cruising down the highway and getting a massage while you're driving your Urus, which is pretty badass. I love the embroidered logo here. It looks awesome. And let's take a look in the back, because you have a few options that I want to show you. So in the back here, right now this Urus has the 4-seat configuration. I know most of my clients want the 5-seat, the bench. Now if you do the 4-seat, one thing to keep in mind is you cannot do Alcantara. You have to do leather. With the 4-seat, you get this little pass-through here. But with the 5-seat, you could actually fold the entire bench down, which would give you huge cargo space if you like to surf or ski or whatever. Maybe you have 5 dogs, you know, whatever it may be. A cool thing back here is, and this is also in the front, I just didn't point it out, you can lay your phone here. And when it's on here, it's actually charging. You don't have to plug it in or anything, so that's pretty cool. It just starts charging your battery. And you've got your cup holders as well, more storage. Nice big storage space there. But remember, if you do the bench, you won't have this console. It'll just be a nice streamlined bench seat, but you can seat 5 that way. So it really depends on what you need for your family. You'll see all the controls here for the back seat. which is pretty great. They can plug their devices in. It's nice. And if you want, you can get rear entertainment here. I know in Canada, TV is not allowed there. We can only have Sirius. So I don't know how popular that will be here, but in other parts of the world, it may be hugely popular. Okay, let's take a look in the back. So it actually has the handless tailgate opener, which is very convenient if you've got a baby in your hand or groceries. You can just wave your leg and it's gonna open for you. Now you can do that to close it, or you can simply push the button. Before I do that, you'll see plenty of ample space. You could fit full golf clubs back here, sets of golf clubs. You could do plenty of luggage. And like I said, if you do the bench, you can fold it down and really amplify the space. There is a pass-through for skis if you do the 4-seat, but personally I would want the bench. All right, let's close her up. It's the first time I can actually pack more in my Lamborghini than my lunchbox. And this is one Lamborghini that I don't have problems getting in and out of. So a lot more comfortable for me right now. If you notice down here, we've got more style pack accents. You can do this black, you can keep it matte or match to certain body colors. You can also choose what color you want these exhaust tips. So if you don't like the chrome, there's a satin option and also a matte black. So that's pretty cool. Depending on your spec, you can really customize all the little details. So we've talked about the modes, but some really cool buttons that I want to get into are here by the parking brake. You'll see on the left here, if you push this one, you've got a lot of cameras here. It's very cool. Right now our top view camera is being a bit blocked. You can kind of see the background, but it's because of the stage there. But if you press this 3D button, it's really cool. You can turn your car around and see everything around you, which is amazing. You know, like whatever angle you want to look at, you can. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and here you can see different shots of the car. It will do it for you if you like. So it's pretty advanced. That's amazing technology. Also, if you push this button, it looks like an Urus with a little circle around it. Well, let me exit out of this. It's going to bring you to the driver assistance. So if you go here, if you go here to the edit, you're going to have a lot of options here. So night vision assist, which is pretty cool, distance warning, side assist, intersection assist, and emergency assistance. So these are really cool options for you, depending on the driver and what they want. You can also just go to maximum and it gives you basically information on what each of these is, right? So you can click it and it'll explain to you. So lots of safety features here. It's definitely, you know, 650 horsepower. It's an amazing super SUV, but it's also very family friendly and very practical and very safe. So I don't know about you guys, but I've worked like a 10-hour day here at the dealership, and this little massage button right here is awesome because it comes up and it asks you, do you want to stretch?